When you live on a sailboat and you're traveling up and down the East Coast, at any given moment, a storm can brew up and roll through and ruin a week, sometimes more. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what happened to me in Charleston when Tropical Storm Debby came through and what I did to mitigate the risks of being out here. This is the thing about living on a sailboat. Sometimes things don't go your way. The only thing you can do is drop your hook, lay out all your chain, and hold fast.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood with the latest update coming in from the National Hurricane Center. We now have Tropical Storm Debby out there with the latest advisory at 5 o'clock with maximum sustained winds at 40 miles per hour, moving to the northwest at 15 miles per hour. You can see it is now onshore, moving away from Cuba there and continuing to push towards the northwest.
My name is Michael Potts, and I live on this Scepter 36-foot sailboat, and this is where I am today. All right, I'm here in Charleston. Downtown Charleston is right there. Okay, Wapu Creek's over there, and the ocean is that way. So, there is a big tropical storm coming in, Debby, and I need to find a place. I'm not worried about checking in right now. Technically, I should be going to the office tomorrow morning and handing in my documents, but the storm's gonna hit tomorrow. So I'm gonna put that on hold. I've contacted the CBP, left them voicemails and give them my information. I've also emailed them pictures of my documents and explained that right now my priority is to stay safe and hold fast. So option number one is to go into Wapu Creek. Now there's a lot of mud in there, and I'm not too I need to find a place where there's good holding. I think there's a good spot just north of here, past that bridge. And I'm assuming there's going to be tidal surge, there's going to be lots of fetch, but I'm going to get into an area in the river up there where I can drop my hook, pay out all my chain, and sort of sit tight for a bit. I'm going to find a place that's really good holding. That's what I need to do right now. So this is a really bad spot because that bridge right there, you know, I could go into that bridge, into those pylons. I could drag into that. So I want a place where I have a bit of room to wiggle in the event that a microburst hits me and I end up on the shore. So unfortunately, my insurance won't cover this because this is what's called a named storm. So yeah, everything's on me right now. So that was a little crab there. Look at that, swimming along. Hey buddy. Jesus. All right, let's get to it. Let's find a place where we can sink our hook deep into some mud somewhere, maybe even find a mooring ball. I mean, hard to say, but let's get somewhere. Let's figure this out. So we're looking at pretty high winds, so I need to find a good spot here. The further inland you go, the better, in my opinion. When you're right on the ocean like that, you're gonna get surge, you're gonna get, the winds come right off that ocean. At least when you're inland a bit, some of the land and the trees and the buildings absorb some of that energy. So this is my plan. I'm here right now. I'm essentially right here. What I'm gonna do is go up this river to where it narrows out. I'm gonna go past this bridge here, and I'm probably gonna be somewhere here. Okay, I'm gonna drop my hook somewhere here. That will give me some room to wiggle. I'm gonna drop my hook and try and test out the bottom and see if it really holds, because we could be in big trouble here. I'm gonna prepare for the worst. That's all I can really do. I'm on the other side of the bridge. I'm pretty much as north as I can go because the bridge that's right there is only 50 feet high, so my mast is 53. So the storm is on its way in. It's hitting Florida right now. There's some rain right now. You can see dark bands right here. I've chosen this spot. I'll show you a picture on the map there because there's really good deep mud here. I'm in 15 feet of water. If I really have to, I can go connect to that dock. There's no other boats around me and I got room to drag. All right, I got my everything all sort of lashed down, and we're expecting some very high winds into the purple. Got my snubber down, I got all of my chain out, and I reversed twice on the anchor for 30 seconds and she didn't budge. All the hatches are closed. I was considering taking down this bimini top, but I'm not gonna, not quite yet until I see an actual hurricane warning. So for what it's worth, I mean, it's pretty much all I can do for now. I just need to sit tight and monitor the weather, and everything's gonna be fine. Wow. Hitting pretty good. Nice and dry down here though. All right, so the worst of it's hitting now. It's 12:30 p.m. The boat's leaning over. We're holding fast though. We're doing pretty good here. Oh man, I'm nice and dry. There's a lot of noise out there, a lot of lightning flashes, a lot of wind in the rigging. The boat's leaning over right now, like pretty hiked over right now, just in one direction, just because of the tide and the way it's pulling on the chain. But we're holding fast. I think we're about to drag anchor. Yeah, we're about to drag. Yeah, we're dragging. All right. All right, the hurricane's almost over, or the tropical storm. Met a buddy on this boat here. Helped him out yesterday. He dragged a bit in a really nice vessel, and we're gonna go over there and take a look at his boat. All right, his name's Mark. Let's head over in the dinghy and check his boat out. It's gonna be cool. The hurricane's eye essentially is over us right now, okay, or it's going to be in the next couple hours. So the heavy bands of the winds all happened late last night. Now it's a bit calmer. There's a lot of rain, so the tropical storm is dispersed. It's not a hurricane, it's dispersed right now. It's a circular band moving over Charleston right now. So the city of Charleston is locked down. You're not allowed to drive your car. Police are giving people tickets. There's a curfew right now in Charleston, okay? I just realized that I'm not even allowed to be anchored here. If this was regular weather, the police would be asking me, where's my permit to anchor here? I don't like that. To me, that's unconstitutional. It's very un-American. That's their way of dealing with derelict sailboats here in Charleston. Now, I haven't been bothered by the police because the police aren't on the water right now. It's too crazy. So the moment this weather calms down, I'm gonna go into the anchorage over there and go into the CBP and check in. I've phoned the CBP, I've left voicemails, no one has responded to me. I'm assuming their office is closed right now because of inclement weather. I know I said I was gonna do a tour of Mark's boat, but he actually asked me to captain his boat and take it far away and wanted to pay me. He wants to pay me to be on his boat. to show him a few things. He's a very novice sailor, and that's a really big boat to single hand. You can't really single hand a 47, maybe a 42, not a 47. He can single hand it, but I wouldn't do any crazy offshore to the Bahamas sailing without another person on board that vessel. He doesn't, you know, he dragged anchor earlier. He didn't have his anchor out properly or enough chain. Anyway, I helped the guy out. He's willing to pay me to help him get the proper chain and help him set up his Raymarine autopilot and his Raymarine chart plotter, which he's having trouble doing. So the problem is I'm not supposed to be here, okay? If I had a cruising permit, sure, I'd help him, but I am gonna try, because I need some funds right now. This is costing me a lot of money to be out here. So what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna wait till the storm's end. We're safe. The boat's soaked. Everything's wet. You know, I'm doing everything I can to keep this place dry right now, and I'm editing some videos. So I'm gonna spend the rest of the day waiting out the weather and just keep my eye on what the hurricane's doing, and that's all I can really do. Crazy day so far. I put some old diesel in, then like a year-old diesel in there, and the engine started acting up. Anyway, we're going to the other side of this bridge right now, and I noticed he was dragging a line from his anchor, Mark's anchor on Arabella, and luckily he got it untangled, because if it had got caught in his prop, he'd be in big trouble. Anyway, let's get into the Charleston anchorage here. So there's law enforcement now eyeballing me already. All right, Mark's got his boat anchored. I'm gonna put some nicer clothing on, and we're gonna take the dinghy into Charleston and go to the CBP. All right, so let's do that. Well, I got there and the door was locked, and then someone came out and said, "What do you want?" And I was like, "I need to talk to an officer." I managed to speak with a guy. He took my information and said that they're gonna come out to my vessel. So someone's gonna call me this afternoon, and they're gonna come on to my boat and clear me. So that's the plan. All right, so let's get back to Evie. It's quite a bit of a dinghy ride, but yeah, let's get out of here. This is what's going on. The CBP is gonna meet me at the dock right over there, okay? And when they're almost gonna be here, I'm just gonna pop over and they're gonna board me, and we're gonna try and get this sorted out, get the situation handled, and get my clearance to head all the way to New York City. All right. I'm here in Charleston at the marina, Charleston City Marina, and the CBP just cleared me. And even he was like, "Why didn't they just give you a cruising license?" The guy was baffled why I don't have a cruising license. And he literally was like, it took us 4 hours to figure out what was going on, and 3 guys to come down here and clear me when we could have just done it on the app. So he was like, I have no idea why that happened. So make a comment down below. Why do you think the CBP did originally detain my vessel in Florida? Was it because I'm a YouTuber? Was it because, you know, the Discovery Channel, I was on an episode of Border Patrol? It's a good question. Anyway, I feel a great sense of relief. I'm now cleared, and I'm not worried about anything now. All I got to do is get to New York. Well, we got to sail 1,000 nautical miles. It'll make you worry, believe me. Anyway, let's go back out there. I was anchored. See that boat right there? He was sunk in the storm. Anyway, I'm gonna go anchor out there, and tomorrow we're gonna go to West Marine. I'm gonna get some oil, and that'll be it. We're gonna start heading north, guys. Let's do this. Well, that's it for this video, and I hope we all learned something. What to do when you are running from a hurricane, from a tropical storm. The only thing you can do is just hold fast, and that's the problem about living on a sailboat. You just gotta do what you gotta do when you can. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, join my Patreon down below. The link's in the description. It really helps me out and keeps me out here. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you learned something. Captain Michael signing out. We'll see you next week when we leave Charleston and I sail with Mark on Arabella. It's going to be really interesting. Stick around. Captain Michael signing out. See you next week at Sunday at 8:45 a.m.